What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, ex-USC player for the Phoenix Suns, Chimezie Metu, went off on Christmas Day, had 23 points and 19 rebounds. Probably the rebounds are a new career high. Could be wrong, but yeah, definitely stepped up. I'm kind of upset myself that I did not watch that late game where it was Dallas versus Phoenix, because Luka went off, one of my favorite NBA players, for like 50 points and I think a near triple-double, if not a triple-double. Even Grayson went off too. I'll get into what he did for Phoenix, but yeah, overall, it's a great matchup and definitely cool highlights to watch. But definitely glad that two of my guys from my two ex-team players from my teams. Is that correct? But yes, both those guys did really well. Definitely very happy about that. Not as much about the Lakers, but I will get into that in a little bit as well. And then 247 Sports released like a top 10 of the guys who are available right now in the transfer portal. And obviously there's a lot of top guys there, but 4 out of the 10 included are USC guys. Malachi Nelson, Damani Jackson, Tackett Curtis, and who else? Yeah, Corey Foreman, of course. But other top guys too are Julian Fleming, who was a guy I would have liked from Ohio State, who's still available. Upton Stout, who I thought was going to be going somewhere else, but apparently is not, so he's still available, and I know USC was pretty high on getting him. And of course, Will Howard, sitting right there in the middle at number 5. Of course, then some more news came out pretty recently the other day, excuse me, that he is considering USC, Ohio State, or maybe going to the NFL draft. And once again, we have not heard if Caleb Williams is in the 2024 draft officially or not. And he was on the sideline for USC's game earlier tonight against Louisville, but barely had his jersey on, just barely around his neck, not even wearing it fully, and celebrating his teammates. But like I said, once again, has not officially declared, so maybe he's just waiting for him to say that, because if he does end up returning to USC, he will not be going to USC, but there's still a chance he could go in the NFL, since there's one less top quarterback available to draft. So we will see, but yeah, definitely coming down to the stretch here. And then obviously the number 1 player there is Evan Stewart, the wide receiver from Texas A&M, and it always kind of seemed like it was a battle between USC, Texas, and Alabama, but as of right now, I think Alabama has pretty much dropped out. USC is still like one of the top 5 teams that are maybe going to land him, but a couple other teams stepped up. I want to say Tennessee and Oregon, as well, jumped in there. So we'll find out officially what ends up happening with him sooner or not, hopefully. But I'm pretty sure he won't commit to USC unless he knows which quarterback is there. But as long as it's Caleb or Will Howard, I think that will do just fine for him, and he will be a USC Trojan transfer. So we'll have to wait and see. And over the weekend, ex-great USC quarterback Matt Barkley was signed off the Giants practice squad to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I guess he will be the backup to CJ Beathard, because it looks like their star quarterback Trevor Lawrence is most likely not going to play. They're going to roll with Beathard as a starter, and Barkley will be the backup. But I honestly think, why not give Barkley a chance, because he's done some pretty good stuff when they throw him out there, especially in these late NFL games toward the end of the season. So it'll be pretty cool to see him get some reps, hopefully. But if not, then at least you could say he's signed and playing for another team as well. So we'll have to wait and see. And as I mentioned, USC was playing against number 15 Louisville tonight in the Holiday Bowl down there in San Diego. And yeah, surprisingly and awesomely, USC did get that victory, 42-28. All levels stepped up. It's kind of, sketchy there at first, because they missed a field goal to get some of their first points, but when they did eventually get the ball back, did get 7 to tie it up. Then eventually got a nice lead and kept that throughout halftime and after, and luckily everything did go their way. And obviously Miller Moss, the redshirt sophomore quarterback did go off. He had like 385 passing yards, 6 touchdowns total. That was like a Holiday Bowl record and a USC bowl game record, and it tied a Pac-12 bowl game record as well. And then even Taj Washington, one of the greater guys on this team, stepped up and had 2 touchdowns as well. I think he had the first 2 touchdowns for USC receiving and near 100 yards or over it. And I think he passed 1,000 yards for the season as well, which is pretty cool. So, yes, it kind of sucks that he is getting his name out there more and getting more noticed by NFL scouts, because now I don't think he will be able to get drafted by my LA Chargers as late as I thought, as like a late round gem. You might have to draft him a little bit earlier, but he's definitely one of the top glue guys that could help out any franchise early, playing special teams and all that stuff, being a backup, but then hopefully eventually starting for you in that slot position on your NFL team. So I have very high hopes for him, hoping the best for him in his career moving forward. And then, yeah, when it came to like a weird tradition, I don't know if it's just the Holiday Bowl tradition or it just started, but there was like, they poured a bunch of eggnog all over the winning coach Lincoln Riley of USC. It was kind of like a weird tradition, but I think even like the Duke's Mayo Bowl dumped like a whole Gatorade bath of mayonnaise on the coach. So I would think eggnog is a little bit of a better celebration than mayonnaise. But yeah, overall, kind of weird traditions that these bowl games have, but it's pretty cool to see the head coaches participate, be good sports about it. And yeah, so definitely looking forward to hearing the rest about how they thought everything went in the post-game conference that, you know, I'm still waiting for. It's still pretty late here recording this on Wednesday night, but yes, definitely looking forward to this victorious game. I think they reached 8 wins on the season already, so that's cool for them. But yeah, definitely looking forward to next season and who else they get in the transfer portal and in to round out their 2024 recruiting class. And sadly, on Christmas Day, Lakers lost to the Celtics 115-126. They did get the lead at some point, I think after in the third quarter, but weren't able to hold on. LeBron didn't even reach 20 points. AD had over 30, but of course LeBron didn't step up points-wise, and pretty sure that's the reason they lost. So it sucks, but we'll see what ends up happening going forward. As I mentioned earlier, Grayson Allen did go off in his game. He had a lot of points. He had 32 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and I believe that is the second most points scored in his NBA career, which is pretty cool. So congrats to him. Definitely a great overall game. But yeah, we just wish he would get more opportunities like this. But yeah, it's pretty awesome for him to step up on Christmas Day the way he did. And the Duke basketball team did move up to number 16 overall in the AP poll, as I mentioned that they would with that win last week. They haven't really been playing this week, I don't think, so we'll see what happens with their ranking. But yes, at least they did move up somewhat. And then when it comes to 247 Sports, they did this like mid-season All-American team, and Duke's Kyle Filipowski made the first team, which is pretty cool because he was a bit up and down the first month or so, but he definitely has been stepping it up here and there as of late, so at least he's getting the recognition he deserves as of right now. And then the 2024 combo guard VJ Edgecombe recently listed a top 3 that included Duke, which is nice. I know that 2024 class is pretty crowded for the Duke recruiting class, but if they could add a very athletic combo guard like him, I think this will definitely be the team to beat next season when they do show up on campus. So Duke football made a couple of official hires on their coaching staff. They did hire Jeff Nord as an offensive line coach. Jonathan Brewer became official as their offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. And then Jonathan Petke became their defensive coordinator / linebackers coach as well. So we'll see how good these guys are, and obviously Manny Diaz believed in them quite a bit to make them coordinators, and other position staff, so that's pretty cool. We'll see how they do. And then Jonathan Brewer, the recent offensive coordinator, did hire Cole Leinart out here, who is the son of Matt Leinart, ex-great USC quarterback. A Duke offer for a scholarship, so that was pretty cool to see. At least there's a somewhat of a 50-50 shot, or at least a nice percentage shot that he will be at either USC or Duke, hopefully, when he graduates in that 2026 class. So hoping for the best. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.